Alright guys, so there's a lot of advantages and disadvantages of editing a video versus not editing a video. So in the beginning, when I first started uploading videos to YouTube, I was not editing videos, guys. Now I'm going to go back to one of the videos that was unedited. I took a ride to Hull to the Kennedy home, the JFK Honeyfitz Kennedy home. It was kind of a gloomy day. It was not the best day to do that trip because whenever you're going to do a video like that, you want to do a video on a clear day, guys. Alright, because you want to get the best shots possible. Before I even start the video, I could not edit out me turning on the camera. Okay guys, so I know that the Kennedy home is just up the street, maybe about a couple football fields on the right. Now you can see my hand here in the video. So what I'm doing there is I'm turning on my camera because I don't want too much riding before I get to the Kennedy house. So I turn my camera on about right here, knowing that the Kennedy home is a short distance up on the right. Alright guys, so you can see my finger. Alright, so let's play the video a little bit. And I would have done things much differently if I were editing. I'm turning on the camera, so you will see me take my hand down. I can't edit that out because at this time I was not editing videos, guys. I'm going to hit the video so you can see what I was actually about to film. Alright, so you see my hand now. That's another thing I would have edited out. Did you see what I did there? Let's go back. Here I am putting the camera on like that. I'm going to hit the record button. And then I look in my right mirror to see if the red light is flashing, to make sure that the camera is recording. If that red light is not flashing, then you're not recording. So that's very, very important, guys. You have to make sure that that camera is recording. A lot of time I look at my reflection here on the dashboard, okay? And that will tell me if I'm recording. Or I'll glance in my mirror. If I'm off the bike, I'll glance in my mirror and just make sure I'm recording, because if you're not recording, if that red light is not flashing, you've just wasted a ton of time, guys. And then you don't have a video to upload. Let me just show you what I did there. Now, today, I would edit that out. So I would edit out the fact that I just put my camera on, and I would edit out me glancing in the mirror to see if my red light is flashing. I put the camera on, and then my hand comes down. Now I automatically look in the mirror. You can see my GoPro there. I can see it, but because the camera is down, you guys can't see it, but that's what I'm doing. Now, right there, I would edit out me turning on the camera and looking down to see if my red light is flashing on the GoPro. So that would have been edited out, and here's where I would have started my video, guys. Alright, on the first cut. So I'm just kind of riding along, and I come to a construction site. So I've got to take a gear. I downshift from second to first. I thank the cops, and I try to make the best out of a rough road. So I look at the water. The Kennedy house is right up here on the right, guys. Alright, so there it is there. So I'm looking at it, but I don't say anything. Alright, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to park the bike so that the bike is in the video. Okay, so I pull up. Now, I see this sewer. Look at all this. It's right where I would have parked to kind of glance over at the house. So I have to go around that. And then I look and I see the house. Now, I should have said, we're here at the Kennedy home, the Honeyfitz JFK Kennedy home. And that's how I probably would have started the video if I were filming today versus back then, guys. Let me just see when okay, so April 30th, 2019. Alright, so that's almost a year ago. So there's the date on it, guys. And this is the JFK's grandfather, Honeyfitz summer home, Hull, Massachusetts. Alright, so I stop, but I don't say anything. I'm just parked there. And then I'm thinking, Where am I going to park the bike? I didn't want to park it so that I was going downhill, but I still wanted the bike in the video. So I make a U-turn here. Now I probably would have edited all this out, and I just would have pulled up right here and cut it. Alright guys, so this home was purchased in 1915 by John Honeyfitz Fitzgerald, the grandfather of JFK. Okay, so watch. Okay, so hear that? Okay, so sniffle. Today, I would be able to edit that out. And that's the great thing about editing, guys, is you can edit out anything, all right? So I would have edited out okay so, and then I would have edited out the sniffle, all right? You can edit out the cough when you're clearing your throat. All of those things take away from the video, all right guys? But when you're just recording and you're unable to edit, you're basically recording live. So anything that happens in the video remains in the video, and you have to make a decision. Do I upload this video? There might be one or two things in the video that you don't want in the video, but you have to make a decision and either upload it or not upload it. I probably would have said what I said, which was okay, but then I would have got some shots of the house, guys. First and foremost, because the house is the main character in this video. Alright, so let's continue. Honeyfitz. You see there? I said Honeyfitz, and then I drew a blank, guys. So that pause would have been edited out, but I couldn't edit that video. I didn't have editing software, and even if I had it, I probably at that time didn't really know how to use it. I say Honeyfitz, and then I pause. And remember, when you're recording live, once you hit that record button, you're live. It's sort of like, you know, the daytime shows, and even the news guys, when they go to a commercial and they come back and they start going 3, 2, 1, and then they point and they say, you know, when they point and that light goes on, goes from red to green, these guys are live on television. So anything that happens or anything that's said is live. All right, and it's the same thing when you're recording a video if you're not editing it. Once you hit that record button, you're live. All right, so I said Honeyfitz, and then I paused. Let's see what I say after that. Is the father of Rose Kennedy, and Rose Kennedy is the mother of JFK, our 35th president of the United States. All right, so see that? I would have edited that out. All right, so that would have been gone. All right, guys, so I definitely would have edited that out. But you can't. I suppose it's better than a pause? There's a lot of history here. They purchased this as a summer home. And then they eventually settled down in Hyannis, down the Cape. But let's take a closer look. So I put my kickstand down, I get off the bike. Now what I would have done once I said let's take a closer look, I would edit out all the walking. So once I put the kickstand down, I would have edited out the time that I walked from the bike over to the Honeyfitz home. I was unable to do that because I was unable to edit the video. Now, someone actually lives here, so I can't really go on the property. We'll walk up to the front entrance. Now, at one point, there was an auction here. So, everyone stood outside right there. I actually attended the auction. And okay, I said and then I sniffled. Alright guys, so I would have been able to edit that out today, but I was unable to do it back then. They all made bids. Okay, they went in, they saw the property, and then they made bids, and I'm not sure what it actually sold for, but this is 940 Nantasket Ave. Today, if I were filming this, I would have gone up to the property, so I would have shot the address, 940 Nantasket Ave. That would have been my first shot. But of course, guys, a year ago, I was not editing. My second shot would have been this right here, the driveway. The third shot would have been the angle to the house here. I would have also got a shot of this and maybe stepped in just a little bit to get a shot of the driveway. So yeah, so the Kennedys used to come here. This was their summer home. Really nice. They've done a lot of work, a lot of renovations. I think it sold between... See, I said, I think, and then I sniffled. So I would have edited that out. I think, and then the sniffle. Now notice, the bike is still in the video, guys, because the bike is the main character. So someone else watching this video is not interested in the hedge, but they're interested in the Ninja 636. There's some people that are interested in the Kennedy home. A lot of the people that are coming to the channel and are watching the channel are here for the bike. Alright, guys? So I always want the bike in the video. 2.2 and 2.4 million. I just sniffled again. Here's another view from outside the gate here. They still have their Christmas wreath on the front door. Now, I've read conflicting information in various articles. So in some articles it says that it's a 12-room home. A nice piece of property here too, nice land. I just sniffled again, so I could have edited that out, guys. And there's another shot. Alright, so I've read conflicting... Okay, so I would have edited out, alright, so, and then I would have edited this out, because I actually repeat myself about the number of rooms that are in the house. Alright, guys, so I would have edited out from alright, so, to walking back to the Ninja, and then I would have cut it. Information, one said it was a 12-room home, another article said it was an 11-room home, and then... A lot of times, guys, what you need to remember is once you're talking, as you're moving, you can't edit that out. So if you're saying something that you think is significant, you want to wait until you're not walking. Whatever it is that's very, very important, you want to be stationary when you say it. It showed photos of... Okay, so right there, right before I cleaned off the seat, another sniffle. Alright, guys? And that's like the worst thing. You want to edit all that stuff out. The home, and it said it was 7.5 rooms and 7.5 baths, so I'm not really sure. How you doing? I was just, I know that this is a part of history. I just know that this is a part of history, and I just wanted to come down and check it out.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
All right.
Yeah, I saw the GoPro, so I figured you were just filming or something.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
The bike, I saw you outside.
Oh, thank you.
That's sweet.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right. Yep. See that, guys? Someone always makes a guest appearance. So you just met the owner of the Honey Fits. JFK. Summer home. Notice that I paused when I said, so you just met the owner of the Honey Fits, and then I paused, JFK, summer home. Alright, guys, so I could have edited those pauses out. Now, when that kid came down the driveway to talk to me, I would have really enjoyed talking to him. If I was editing, I would have gone over, guys. But I couldn't risk at this point. I've already shot the video. I've got the footage I need to upload the video. If he were to say something in the video that I would not be able to edit out, then I would not be able to upload the video, guys. I decided not to go over and talk to him because I've already gotten the footage. I've already shot the video. It even made the video better when he came out of his home, to kind of question why I was there, and actually have a little conversation with him. Sure, I would have loved to gone over there and spoken with him, and maybe he might have invited me in the home and I would have got some shots of the house, I would have done everything differently if I were editing this video, guys. I would have probably approached this video similarly to the Cushing homestead in Hingham that I recently uploaded, guys, the oldest barn in America. I would have got a lot of shots of the home, and who knows, he might have invited me in and showed me just the main floor, the kitchen, the living room, and that would have made the video just so much better. I remember on this video, he said, I think the owner wanted you to interview him. And I would have enjoyed going over there, guys, and talking with him and interviewing him. But at the time, I was not editing the footage, guys. So I didn't want to risk losing an opportunity to upload the footage that I had just shot. When you're filming a video, you're the director, the producer, the filmer, the actor, and the editor. So you're doing 5 things each time you make a video, guys. When you're just hitting the record button and you're not editing, when you're not editing a video, you have to research what it is you're about to shoot. You have to have some kind of a reference point as to what you're going to talk about, all right? Because if you turn that camera on, you're just going to freeze. And then once you get there, it's kind of spontaneous. Because remember, once you hit that record button, you're live. So anything that you say, any movements, any gestures, any sniffles, coughs, or clearing your throat before you speak, you can't edit out. And you need to think about what you're actually going to film so that you don't have long pauses in between your words. All right, guys? But when you're editing, the one thing I've had to realize about editing is I don't have to rush. I can take my time. So let's say I said JFK, Honey Vitz. Let's say I made a mistake, Honey Vitz. All right? I would be able to edit that out, guys. But if I were just recording and not editing a video, I would not be able to edit that mistake out. So that's one advantage of editing versus not editing. And like I said, when you're editing, you don't have to rush. And I have to keep reminding myself that if the take doesn't go the way I want it to go, I can redo it and make it go right. All right, guys? I can redo it. Versus when you're recording live and you're not editing, you've got one take, guys. That's it. You've got one take. There's no editing. And honestly, guys, I don't know how I was doing these one-take wonders. I honestly don't. Editing versus not editing, guys. When you're editing, you can take your time because you know you can edit anything out. You don't have to rush. But when you're recording live, once you hit that record button, anything you say, anything that happens is in that video, guys. There's no way to get it out. And you have to prepare more when you're recording live. Otherwise, you will get to your location where you're going to film and you just draw a blank, guys. And you'll just find yourself hitting that record button and then hitting it to shut it off because you really just don't know what to say. And a lot of times, guys, something will happen in the video. This happened to me quite a few times. I would have filmed a video and then I would be just about done with it and something would happen in the video that I couldn't upload, guys. And so I had to reshoot the video. And I can tell you, your first take is always your best take. After you film a video and something happens in the video, say towards the end of the video, that you have to cut out, and then you go back to the location, right? You go back to the location and you try to do a second take and things just don't flow. You just don't say how it should be said. But on your first take, guys, that's your best take. Your first take is the one you should always go with. All right, guys? I always do that. When I was recording live, I went with my first take. Unless something happened in the video and I had to shoot a second take. But other than that, I always went with the first take. The nice thing about editing is you can edit out anything. The nice thing about not editing is when you get home, you can just upload the video. There's no editing involved. But when you edit, guys, it can take 3 or 4 hours to edit a video, especially if it's like 20 minutes long. It's really, really time consuming. Alright guys, it's kind of like the movies. Let's say they shoot about 30 scenes that never make the cut. It never makes the movie, alright? And they just cut them out. They shoot the scene, but it never makes the final cut. And that's sort of like how a YouTuber approaches editing. And then you have to decide, do I include this or exclude it? For example, let me go to the TB12 Tom Brady store video. When I did the Tom Brady's TB12 store Boston, Massachusetts video, now when I was talking with this young kid here, I had to make a decision to leave something in or to leave something out. Now, if I was not editing this video, I would have had to leave it in the video. For example, this young kid that I was speaking with in the Tom Brady store, I asked him if I could go downstairs, and he said no, because the area is kind of private. That short conversation, I had to make a decision, do I leave it in or leave it out? And I chose to leave it out. It's things like that. When you're not editing, you can't edit out of the video, guys. And then you have to make a decision, do I upload this or do I not upload this? So that's the difference between not editing and editing a video. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. And TB12 is no longer a New England Patriot. He's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.